Alright guys, thank you for checking in the Stormtopia.com and the Stormtopia.com Facebook page. We're going to have our daily weather update right now. Of course, looking at a winter storm here that's on the way for tomorrow, producing 3 to 6 inches of snow in many areas, but that is actually not the main threat here with this event. The main threat is a mixed bag, so to speak, of precipitation on the way. I'll take you over to our graphics here, and what I'm going to kind of do is kind of an overlay of precipitation and temperature, just to give you an idea of the timing here of this event. Obviously, if you've been tuned to Stormtopia.com, you know you heard it first about, I'd say, 4 or 5 days out. Now, here is the latest information we have. This is the 60 NAM. I'm taking you out to around midnight tonight. We got snow spreading lightly here for parts of the northern mid-Atlantic. We've got a mixed bag of precipitation falling heavier than the snow is for portions of the Maryland into the Delmarva. And as we go through the pre-dawn hours of Tuesday, we're going to see the rain-snow line beginning to make its way through Maryland, the Philly metro area. So by the time we make our way out to 8 a.m. Tuesday, we've changed to rain in Philly. By 9 a.m. we're changing all through the metro area. By 10 a.m. it's just about to change over in the New York City metropolitan area. Meanwhile, we're snowing through the interior here into southern New England. The precipitation just begins to start in Boston by the time we make our way out into the early afternoon hours. And here's the rain-snow line. Right at 546 line, south and east of that, you're guaranteed to be rain, and that's made its way through New York City by the afternoon hours. And then you've got the mixed precipitation going on, perhaps for a prolonged period here, and this is when I kind of get worried around the afternoon hours. If you're still getting precipitation that's wintry by the afternoon hours, that means you are definitely at risk for a potential ice storm here. I'd say anywhere from northeast Pennsylvania through parts of southern New York, but not the Hudson Valley, because it will be a couple degrees warmer, which makes all the difference with these type of events. But either way, we take our way out to the evening. It's just south of Long Island. It goes through the evening hours and makes its way off Cape Cod. We see warmer air spreading back in here for portions of southern New England. Everyone changes over to rain, but not before the damage is done, so to speak. And I'll just take you at a timeline to see, again, what's the timing of the rain-snow line, because you know, we were able to escape the difficulty in forecasting these lines earlier in the season. The case is not there today. We'll take you out to the 850 millibar tempo relay here. I'll take you out to the morning hours. Here's the Philly has changed over. Anywhere, once you get into that first shade of moderate blue, that's where you are looking at a wintry precipitation. So you see, afternoon hours, this is the 0Z run, a little colder. New York's changed over by the afternoon. Southwest Connecticut's changing over. We've got Long Island changed over. Long Island's going to be one of the first to change over with an expanding easterly wind where you're warm advecting off the Atlantic. And then go into the afternoon hours, you start to see this kind of a warm tongue of air here by the early evening hours, and that just rushes in. There we go, and that just rushes into here for portions of eastern Massachusetts and also the New England. So by the early evening hours, we've changed over, but by then the precipitation begins to stop falling as the precipitation shield moves off to the northeast, and we begin to see what has happened here. So, by the time we're all said and done, it's a widespread coating to an inch here in terms of snowfall accumulation for most of the northeast. Your only accumulations that are going to stay on the ground and not get washed away are here for the interior, 1 to 3 inches. Not significant. Not significant either, 3 to 6 inches. But anywhere where you see that 3 to 6 inch snowfall is where you're going to see primarily snow until that low pressure center makes its way over Cape Cod. So we take a look at the impacts here, and this is essentially my latest thinking. Again, guys, snow to rain for the mid-Atlantic, but the interest is for mixed precipitation, likely not a major event, but one to watch here from northeast Pennsylvania, from most of Pennsylvania, actually around the State College area, points eastward, through parts of southern New York, through most of interior southern New England. Interestingly enough, Berkshire County in Massachusetts is likely to stay mostly snow if they are going to be just too far away from the low pressure center, and you're going to get cold winds rushing out of the Green Mountains. And I think the threat for, ice accretion, glazing in excess of a 1/4 inch to maybe 2/3 of an inch at most, so I'd say from a third to a 2/3 of an inch at most, guys. It's going to be difficult to get 2/3 of an inch, but either way, that risk runs here from northeast Pennsylvania through areas in southern New York, excluding the Hudson River Valley, Litchfield County, western central Massachusetts, Metro Boston. You're gonna have some icing, but I think Boston itself should be okay. Newton is gonna be a close call, but probably should be okay. And then as you make your way out to 495, that's where you start to get issues, and this is again the major area of anywhere with significant accretion. So stay tuned to Stormtopia.com. I'm not going to put out ice accretion measures quite yet. When we can do that is when the precipitation starts falling, and that's going to be for a while. So stay tuned to Stormtopia.com for the latest on this possible ice storm.